You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show, a wrestling podcast with attitude. I think I'm coming. Think I'm coming.
Welcome to State of the WWE. How are you guys doing? I am hanging out in the car, as usual, taking a look at all the wrestling news that's going on today, and there's a lot of stuff. The first thing I want to get out of the way is the Orlando Mayor story, which is just kind of a butthurt story, I suppose. Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer presented last night's Global Force Wrestling Impact TV tapings. GFW issued the following press release, and then that had him quoted as saying, "Impact is the best sports entertainment in Orlando." And that led everybody to say, well, what about WWE? What the heck is he talking about? WWE's in Orlando. They're crazy. You know, Impact is hilarious. They go around just telling everybody that they're better, or that they're so great, or they've got to get all these other people to say that they're great, or this guy to tell them people they're good, or they get Scott Steiner to come in and say they're amazing, and how crappy WWE, you know. I could get Scott Steiner to tell everybody how amazing I am for a blowjob and a hot dog, I bet. But fucking, you know, Impact Wrestling did the same thing. That's what they do. They grab somebody who's desperate. They give them, you know, $8,000 or $5,000, and person comes in and says how great the company is and then craps on WWE. Repeat, rinse, and repeat. Shot at WWE. They're so great. Well, it ain't just about saying you're so great. It's also about being friggin' great. And that's just something that hasn't happened. But anyway, on to the major story. This has been something that people have sent me two different versions of. I have seen so many people say that, well, Brock Lesnar is not coming back to WWE. He's not going to sign when his contract is done. However, before I got those messages sent to me, I got messages sent to me that said, Joe, it says that Brock Lesnar is to sign a new deal before his other contract expires, so it looks like Brock Lesnar is going nowhere. Before I continue with this Brock Lesnar story, I also want to throw out there that Dave Meltzer's reporting that Impact will announce its next Hall of Famer on its August 17th TV show. So just throwing that out there if anybody gives a damn whatsoever. Yeah, so one report saying that Brock Lesnar is going to sign again when his contract expires. This would allow him to renegotiate and re-sign with the WWE after WrestleMania 34, or have that set up before the end of the year or before WrestleMania 34, allowing, and we could be having 2 more years of Lesnar after that. Supposedly the rumor is 2-year contract extension for Brock Lesnar whenever they decide to re-sign, which would have him make about the same amount of money he's making now and appearing only up to perhaps 8 times in an entire year. That would be a drop of appearances, I believe, and would be very, very strange, I think, to go that route. That would be, I think, detrimental, and to be honest. Unless he were to only work 2 programs during the year and perhaps 1 extra appearance, I could see that. The other report is that Brock, and these are conflicting reports, I will admit that. I have no idea what's going on. The other report saying that Brock Lesnar will not sign with the WWE, and WrestleMania 34 will be his last match, at least until they ever decide to renegotiate some futuristic time that we don't even know about, where there's no direct plans for an extension to be signed. That would mean that he'd be gone. I think either way, to me, to be honest, guys, to me, either way, I think Brock Lesnar's going to drop the belt to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I think this is your last-ditch effort to make Roman look this strong. I don't agree with that match necessarily. I don't know if that's what I want to see, because I sort of saw it already, and Seth Rollins saved the match to me. And I suppose they could build it as the match they never got to have because it was interrupted, and what would have happened if Roman had been one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. I think Roman winning the title a few times already has tainted that. It's sort of spoiled that a little bit. And now we're talking about the Universal title. He's never won that, I suppose. It's different. Just not a fan. You know, I can't get invested in the show with two different championships or with Roman and Brock. Although, you know, the first Roman and Brock match, you got to give it. You got to come out of your... You got to take your hater's hat off, I guess, and realize that Brock Lesnar and Roman really did have a pretty decent match. It wasn't a very classic wrestling match. But it was a big fight feel. It really was. It was like, dare I say, beneath Andre and Hogan and, you know, like Sid and Hogan, or like one of those big guy battles, you know what I mean? But when you look at it, it was more entertaining than some of those matches in a way. You know, I'm not saying that I like it better. I'm just saying that, you know, pretend that his name isn't Roman Reigns and his name isn't Brock Lesnar and they're just two dudes fighting for the WWE Championship. You know, what do you say? It's not my cup of tea, really, but I can understand how it could be looked at as successful. But I think Seth Rollins really made that WrestleMania night. And you could also make an argument for Triple H and Roman Reigns. You know, some people said it was a lackluster, forced build-up, but I think it was a little bit forced. I will say that it appeared to not be 100% right. But I did love what they did, especially with, you know, busting open Roman Reigns' face and Triple H telling him to suck it. That is a moment that I won't forget on Raw. There's almost every moment over the last few years on Raw is forgettable. I'll never remember. But I will remember that build-up, I'll remember that night's build-up, at least. And they really went all out. I mean, if you're a young fan of Roman Reigns, that was an epic night. I hated it, but the intro with Triple H, the match, the spear of Stephanie, the spear of Triple H, the victory for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, that was really picturesque WWE WrestleMania good guy sort of storytelling. I didn't like it because I'm not a fan of Roman that much and the way that he has been booked, but that's my own jaded self. But if you look at it in a whole as just an outsider without your emotions a little bit, and you pretend you were 5 years old or 6 years old, it was pretty cool. And I think that was the WWE's effort to do that. Like, let's try to, you know, maybe we'll revitalize the younger audience and we'll grow that audience again that we need to start watching and keep watching. And I think they serviced the ones that we're watching, but I don't think they created a lot of new buzz, unfortunately. Guys, my name is Joe Cronin. I'd love to go another 3 minutes and, you know, stretch this thing out to get a couple more commercial breaks. But in the end, what is it going to make me, an extra 50 cents on YouTube at this point? So if you really care about me and care about the show that I'm putting on for you, please become a patron. Patreon.com/JoeCroninShow for just $1 a month. Right now, I have a 26-minute video up, bonus video for you guys, where I talk about AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That was recorded yesterday, and it's up right now for patrons. Go check it out. And if you're new to Patreon, well, guess what? There's going to be another new video today. So look for that video today. And right now, popping up on your screen are 3 other videos that you may have not seen that didn't hit your sub box because YouTube sucks. So click on one of those videos that you desire, or if you want to support me because you give a shit, the bottom right is the Patreon link. Thank you for your support, anything you can give. My name is Joe Cronin. If you have questions, hit me up on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, @JoeCroninJCS. More videos to come, tons of news today.